speaker today, I'm proud to say, is Crystal Page.
Good morning. First, let me say I offer these thoughts to you in light of Dr. King's dream, not to be critical, but just in the eyes of love. Have we not all one Father? Has not one God created us? Why then are we faithless to others, profaning the covenant of our fathers? That's a quote from the book of Malachi, a famous religious and philosophical text. And it emphasizes the timeless and timely question. If we are all of one, if we are all called to be brothers and sisters, if we are all so much more alike than we are different, why don't we treat each other with the respect and dignity that each one of us deserves as human beings? This is the question that Dr. Martin Luther King emphasized numerous times in both his words and actions. And as we reflect on his dream, we realize that we all are brothers and sisters. And we realize that we have achieved so much in light of his dream. My brothers and sisters, we have more than enough reason to rejoice, for we have achieved so much. But as Dr. King once noted, the road to the promised land is a long one, and we have so much further to go. Dr. King's dream will echo by and by until we truly treat each other as equals. My brothers and sisters, Dr. King's dream now calls us in a new direction, for the winds of change have come, and we are blown in the direction to fight for the rights of every individual. No matter what our situation is, there are people who have lost their rights and have no voice. We are called to be a voice for the voiceless and a hope for the hopeless. My brothers and sisters, we are called to look within our borders and beyond our borders, to be a borderless people, to be global citizens, and do whatever we can to make the lives of those that need help a little better. Dr. King's dream will still resonate throughout our society until we deal with issues such as discrimination and the exploitation of the poor. Discrimination, though Dr. King fought against it long and hard his whole life, it still lives in our society, my brothers and sisters, and we need to fight it. Though it's redundant to bring it up, I dare to bring up the World Trade Center attack. What happened that day, losing thousands of Americans, was terrible. But at the same time, what U.S. extremists did in bombing mosques here in our own country and hurting women who wear the garment of Muslim and Sikh women was just as terrible. We have this ugly cycle of violence going on. And as Gandhi once said, an eye for an eye makes the world go blind. And it's very true. In order to fight this blindness, there's a number of things we can do here on our own campus. We can talk to one another about it. If you feel that you still need to talk about it, talk to someone, listen to one another, look at each other with eyes of hope, and just continue to listen to the news. Don't be ignorant, for ignorance is one of our biggest enemies. If you watch the news, be aware of what our own country's doing, what's going on in your own neighborhood. You are fighting discrimination, and you are in line with Dr. King's dream. Discrimination also occurs in the marketplace. When I went shopping a few weeks ago, I went downtown to purchase a sweater, and throughout the whole store, a woman was following me while there were at least 10 other people that needed help. As one sociologist noted, when a business racially profiles someone, it bites the hand that feeds it. It does not help the business, nor does it help my own dignity. Dr. King said he dreamed of living in a world where each one of us is judged on the content of our character, not on our color or what we choose to wear or what our religion is. Another area that falls in line with Dr. King's dream is fighting against the exploitation of the poor. Countries such as Nike and Gap set up factories in other places, and they exploit the workers. The workers are forced to work in unsanitary places. They work for 12 hours a day for $2 that day. Now, when you have a family of 2 children, you're just trying to provide for your family, and water costs 35 cents a gallon. $2 a day is not enough when you're working 12 hours a day. I'm not saying that they should live like us. I mean, our economy is different. I would love for them to live like us, but realistically, a living wage is what they need. It's what we all need to be able to survive. In order to fight this, I stopped wearing Nike. I went to the Students Against Sweatshops fashion show. You can go to them and they will give you all the information you need. Go and find out, become more aware. But if you must wear Nike, if it is your style, please write letters to Nike, email, whatever you can do, because you as the consumer have the power of the dollar, and that speaks so loud. Also within our own country, there has been a huge increase in the amount of homeless women and children. Companies such as Streetwise have stepped in to fight this. They create a legitimate newspaper with journalists just as legitimate as the New York Times, and they sell the newspaper to the homeless vendor at cost, and then they resell it to us at retail value. Every year, Streetwise helps about 400 families get back on their feet and back into a home. When you pay for one newspaper once a week for a whole year, you're committing $52 towards this cause. And when you do that, these people learn self-respect, business skills, and later can get better jobs. We have to get beyond the impracticality of saying we don't have enough to share, we don't have enough time, when there's even things such as websites, such as www.thehungersite.com. All you do is click a button and another company donates money. There are so many easy ways to make a difference today. Dr. King spent his whole life fighting against injustice. I'm just asking you to spend a second, a minute. A click of a button can make a huge difference. If we fight against these fight for the oppressed people, it would make such a big difference. My brothers and sisters, the winds of change have come, and we are blown to fight for these individual rights. Will you resist, or will you go with the wind and fight for those who need you? For if you choose to fight for these individuals, if you choose to press on and endure for these people, as Dr. King says, we truly shall overcome. Thank you.